everyone. We would like to welcome you to our spring virtual school update today. I am Jenna Versh, and I am the elementary and middle school principal. And along with me today, I have...
Hi, everyone. I am Kathy Alexander. I am the high school principal and director of pupil services.
Thanks, Kathy. We are excited to join you today to give you some virtual school updates. Here is an overview of our full-time virtual enrollment process. Each level, the process is a little bit different, but overall, our student services coordinators and counselors call and work with each student and family who are choosing to enroll to our full-time side. And we offer a variety of curriculum options. So again, when students decide to enroll full-time with the RVA, we review all of these different curriculum options with them, and then we set up a schedule with that family. Each student and family attends a new student orientation, and there's some examples of those orientations linked in this presentation. And we also work very closely with our consortium school counselors to make sure that we review transcripts, graduation requirements, as well as in-building classes. When we look at our elementary school level, which is pre-K through 5th grade, we have a variety of curriculum options, book-based options, as well as online options available. At this level, each of our home mentors do play a very involved role. We stay in communication very closely with them. Each of our RVA teachers works to build that relationship with the home mentors as well as the students. And the teacher follows the student usually throughout that elementary school level. As students transition into middle school, which is grades 6, 7, and 8, we do see a lot more students transitioning to more of our live direct instruction in classes that are held in Zoom. And these include a variety of live class electives as well. Each student at our middle school level also has a homeroom teacher that stays in close communication with that home mentor. And students could have multiple teachers for each of the different subject areas, depending on, again, what their class schedule is. There are lots of similar aspects of our middle school, similar to high school, to prepare students for that high school experience.
And at the high school, the majority of our students are all doing online direct instruction classes. We have different teachers for different subject areas. All of our teachers are Wisconsin DPI licensed. All of our students also have an activity period where they can participate in a lot of different clubs and events, as well as receive some academic tutoring from their teachers during that time as well. Our on-course program offers at-risk programming for students at risk of not graduating, school-age parents, or have other factors going on in their life that is making being successful in their education difficult. Our high school is on a 2-semester school year, and we also offer an optional summer school. The live instruction courses run 30 minutes each. Students also have access 24/7 to all of their content to be working on their assignments and schoolwork and things like that. Students also have the option of taking independent courses at the high school level. This is still overseen by an RVA teacher, but there's no daily live instruction for those courses. Students that are enrolled in the full-time virtual school can also take up to half of their classes in building, as long as the resident school approves that. If a student does choose to take classes in building, all the in-building rules apply to that RVA student the same as any other in-building student. The RVA also offers a FIAD equivalency. So if a student is in a WIA sport or another structured physical activity that is outside of the regular school day, we do award FIAD credit for that as long as they are completing a minimum of 90 hours in that activity per semester, and it's overseen by a coach or instructor of some sort. We ask that the resident school oversees work experience, youth apprenticeship, early college credit program, and Start College Now, because of the funding that's tied to those programs, and also just the general navigation of work experience and youth apprenticeship is usually in that local region. So it's much more efficient for that local school to be overseeing it. Students that are in the full-time school from our partner schools can participate in WIA sports at their local school, along with extracurricular activities. And if they are going to be doing those things, they do have to follow the athletic codes or other eligibility criteria, same as any in-building student. We have this document that's linked in this slideshow. It is a nice handout if you have students that are wanting to come to the RVA or maybe considering it. It talks about, that if they come to the RVA, they're enrolled in the RVA school within your district. It talks about the WIA eligibility, taking classes in building, and also graduation information. At the high school, we do progress checks every 4 weeks to see how our students are doing. At that 4-week check, if students are doing well and earning 80% or more in their classes, they have the option of having earned flexibility as long as the parents request that. It also determines academic probation. So if a student has 2 or more Fs in their classes, they receive a warning letter from us. We also send those warning letters out to the resident school too. If at the next progress check, they are still not doing well and remain on academic probation, we have to consider failure to participate, which means they are not making adequate progress in the virtual setting, and we may have to remand them back to the resident district. When we are considering remanding students back to the residence district, we are in communication with the school as well, just to make sure we are trying to make as smooth as possible transition back to that district. If you're wanting to receive those warning letters and haven't, make sure that your district contact information sheet is up to date so that we have noted anyone that wants those warning letters. Some other important things to consider is state testing. Our consortium schools are responsible for all state testing. So ACT, pre-ACT secure, and the forward exam. In the past, the RVA used to send the resident school information on students that were testing or students that were opting out. It was requested by our partner districts that the partner districts really want to initiate and maintain all communication regarding state testing with their students to try and increase student participation rates. So this year, the resident school should be reaching out to all of our shared students, letting them know when and where to report for state testing, making sure that the students are planning on coming. If you have any questions though on the state testing, reach out to myself or Jenna, and we can help you with that, as state testing is kind of a big project and process in the RVA. All our students do have access to Chromebooks provided by the RVA. And we also do internet reimbursement too. It's $180 per semester to reimburse families for internet use for using those Chromebooks so that they have access to their curriculum. We also have a ton of activities and events going on, in-person events as well as online events. So if you're ever curious as to what's going on, feel free to go out to our website and find our activities and events calendar. We also require our students to do at least 8 hours of community service every school year. And that is one of our graduation requirements, regardless of if a student's open enrolled or through a consortium school. And I already shared that flyer on information for interested students and families with you. So feel free to make some copies of those to have on hand. Important things to know about graduation. We like to remind our partner schools of this, as graduation is going to be here before we know it. RVA does issue the diploma. So regardless of if they're walking in your ceremony or the RVA ceremony, we will have the diploma provided to that student. All RVA consortium students follow the resident school's graduation requirements that's listed in district policy. This is a lot of times different than what might be given to your in-building high school students in their course guidebook. It's usually more general. So if you have any questions on the graduation requirements that we're following, please reach out to me. Any new partner districts, we usually set up a meeting to go over those graduation requirements to make sure everyone's on the same page as to expectations our students need to meet. If you are planning on changing any graduation requirements, please make sure you let me know so that we can update our graduation requirement records. Like I mentioned, students can walk in either the RVA ceremony or your resident school ceremony. They can only walk in one though. And then if they are graduating from a consortium district, things to consider with local scholarships is the eligibility criteria. We like to remind our scholarship sponsors that students are graduating from the RVA high school within that district. So it's a different high school. So they may want to change eligibility criteria to be a graduate of your district rather than a specific school, and just considerations like that. RVA also has our own academic and technical excellence scholarships. So RVA students shouldn't be considered for those for your local high school, because they are counted towards the RVA one. Make sure you're familiar with the RVA partner portal. There's a link to this in this slide deck as well too. From this portal, you can see all of your services from District Connect. There's also all the contact information for our students that are in the full-time virtual school. And there's also information on learning centers in here too. If you go to the next slide here, we encourage all of our partner districts to have a learning center. If you don't have one already, we ask that you consider getting one for next year. Usually our consortium partners are already doing what's required to have a learning center. If you have one, you get a credit back to the district. It's a nice place for our students to go to if they are taking classes in building and there might be a gap in their schedule. So they can go to learning center, work on their RVA courses between their in-building classes. It's also a nice place for our students who might be on academic probation to go to have some more oversight and support to get back on track. Or you can use it as a bridge to either those students that might be considering going to RVA, say, okay, let's try some RVA classes, but from the learning center before going fully RVA from home. Or those students that we're looking at remanding back and we're trying to have them complete some credits before we transition them back, that they can at least be at the learning center to hopefully have that support and oversight to earn some credits before they're remanded back from RVA. Our student services team at the high school, they are in frequent contact with our in-building counselors. So just so everyone has a name with a face, Jenny Jaden oversees our students with last names A through G. Megan LaMarche is last names H through O, and Jeff Lemahue works with students last names P through Z.
All right, everyone. Thank you for listening to all of that information. Again, if you have any questions at all, we do have a link to our faculty contact info on this slide, and do not hesitate to reach out to us at any time. We are happy to answer any questions that you may have. One other date to put on your calendar, we will be offering a new district partnership meeting on Thursday, May 9th at 10 a.m. in our Zoom room. So keep an eye out. We'll send an invitation for that information very soon. And again, thank you for watching this video today with our full-time updates. And again, reach out to us with any questions that you may have at any time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.